insane. This isn't just hike too. This is a mountaineering adventure.
Taos Ski Valley is known for big mountain steeps, technical chutes, and a laid-back desert meets western vibe. It's a haven for expert skiers and riders because more than half of the terrain is advanced. Everyone who comes here is here for the slopes. This New Mexico ski resort is located high up in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, the southernmost range of the Rockies. Taos gets dry, fluffy snow and averages 300 inches annually. It's not always consistent, though, and each year's total can vary widely. Luckily, we went during a season with lots of regular storms and deep snow.
Taos is in northern New Mexico, a 5-hour drive from Denver and West Texas, or 2 hours from Santa Fe and 3 hours from Albuquerque airports. The ski resort is 30 minutes from the town of Taos, which has seasonal regional flights on JSX airline.
The base area has free parking and some closer paid parking. You can grab a breakfast burrito from Sid's Market and a coffee from Black Diamond, then head straight to the Lift 1 line.
Taos is split into lift-accessed frontside and backside, and the hike 2 areas of West Basin, Highline, and Kachina Peak. On the front side, Lift 1 and 2 are mostly advanced runs, and intermediate riders will enjoy Lift 8. On the backside, Lift 4 and 7 are great for intermediates, including the terrain park. At the top of Lifts 2 and 7A is the start of the boot pack. Traverse along West Ridge chutes to Wild West, or drop into chutes along Highline. From there, it's a long steep climb to the top of Kachina. Unless the lift is running, then you can lap the peak over and over.
Lift 1 is the only way up the mountain, and you'll see hanging chili peppers or ristras, which mean a warm welcome and good luck. For warm-up runs on the front side, head to Lift 2 and 8 next. Intermediate riders can take groomed runs along the top ridge all the way down to Lift 8. There are several green and blue runs to explore here, along with stunning views. We lap to Lift 2 in the morning for several fresh tracks in the advanced area. Sometimes the backside can have delays from avalanche mitigation, and Lift 2 steeps are the first advanced runs to open. The staggered opening of terrain after a storm preserves snow and allows for freshies for days.
Under Lift 1 are advanced mogul runs top to bottom if you're daring enough. Some call it a Taos rite of passage. We saved this area for later in the day, but if this is your version of a warm-up, then send it.
I'm renaming this run Death by Moguls. It's official.
We also found steep glades here amongst the endless moguls.
Made it out! Woohoo!
Mid-mountain on the front side is the Whistle Stop Cafe for food or warming up before heading to the backside.
The backside has several areas to explore, and intermediate riders will enjoy riding all the way to Lift 4. The high-speed quad is relatively new and runs here are long, wide open, and usually groomed. Even though some of the runs are labeled as green, they had consistent pitch and allowed for decent speed. Advanced riders can explore part of Hunziker Bowl, steep glades, and some boulder-filled terrain. Connect to Lift 7 for more groomers and the train park. Lone Star Skills Park had a few beginner and intermediate features, but it was a minimal park when we visited. At the base of Lift 4 is Phoenix Grill, a day lodge, and the must-try Bavarian restaurant. The food was excellent and an homage to the European heritage of the resort.
The old Lift 7A takes you back to the top of Lift 2 and the start of the Hike 2 terrain at the resort. There's a handy board showing which terrain is open. Most of the good lines at Taos require a hike, but that's what makes it fun. You'll be hiking above 11,000 feet, so go slow and steady and drink plenty of water. After the initial ascent, there are signs for West Basin to the right and Highline to the left. West Basin has some of the most technical terrain at the resort. The initial chutes are more open, weaving around rocks and natural terrain. With 60% of the resort north-facing, the snow preservation was excellent.
We're at unknown chute number 20. Steep, steep, and steep.
Further down the ridge, the chutes are narrower, with trees, steep drops, boulder walls, and tight lines. After traversing the entire West Basin Ridge and some hiking, we arrived at Wild West Glade, considered one of the longest gladed runs in the West. The trees were tight and steep, but it was a fun area. Of course, it would have been even more fun on a deep powder day.
The other Hike 2 area is Highline Ridge. Once you're up on the ridge, it's a flat hike or even a slow downward traverse along the chutes. There are gates along the way depending on what's open. These chutes are wider spaced and shorter before dropping into the backside area. Even though this area seemed to have more skier traffic, the snow was still well preserved.
It's open!
Open! Off we go. There.
The ultimate feat at Taos is Kachina Peak, which generally opens last after a storm. Plus, they open the boot pack at least one day before the lift, and the pristine powder is worth the 90 minutes of hiking and variable traversing to reach the 12,481-foot summit. Bring collapsible poles, a backpack for holding your gear, water, and sunscreen. At the top, soak up views of 13ers, then strap in for epic big mountain riding.
Once the chair starts spinning a day or two after hiking is open, Kachina Lift is the place to go and do several laps. The lift entrance is tucked off to the side to make it harder for people to get on purpose, as there's no easy way down. We rode several of the chutes off the peak and they were all excellent. Just watch out for rocky areas with thin coverage. On the far skier's right side of the bowl, we found a crazy chute not labeled on the trail map, and it was wild. Needless to say, Kachina Peak is one of the best bowls we have ridden.
Returning from backside, Rubezla Cat Track is a decent way back to the frontside base area, especially if you find yourself in the beer garden after lifts close. The bunny slopes are at the base, and we were pleasantly surprised at how good they are. Our 2-year-old shredder started off on the zipper carpet areas and quickly progressed to the chairlift. The Pioneer's lift is a nice spacious quad dedicated to beginners, and the slopes were freshly groomed, wide, and a perfect slope for starting out. On the other side of the base area is another lift in the gondolita, which accessed the official learning center.
That's a wrap on exploring Taos Ski Valley. We're Jeff and Jennifer with Snowboard Traveler, and we'll see you at the next mountain.